Welcome back to Site Planning Online. In previous sessions of this unit, Marianne and I have discussed the range of housing forms that are possible at modest densities, particularly on greenfield sites. Larry Vail also set the stage for this module with his talk about the history of housing forms, and he emphasized that history is inextricably linked to our thinking about neighborhoods and urban form. In this session, I will tackle the subject of dense urban housing, which is increasingly important as cities continue to grow. What do I mean by dense housing? As I indicated in an earlier session, it's possible to design housing with individual front doors at about 40 or 60 units per acre. Above that, buildings need to have common entrances, parking needs need to be integrated with buildings, and construction needs to be quite a lot heavier to deal with fireproofing and sound issues. Tenure also needs to shift from individual ownership of the site to rental, cooperative, or condominium forms. So in this session, we will examine the key issues in planning sites for dense urban development and see examples of well-planned, high-density housing. We can't hope to explore all of the possibilities of dense housing, so we'll focus on just a few examples that expose the important issues. Generally, we will look at housing over about 100 units per acre, or 250 units per hectare. This includes many of the key choices that need to be made, including how dense and how high, how large the building blocks should be and how to deal with common space on the site, how to handle parking and access, how to relate to the larger context. This image from Playa Vista, California, illustrates the unfortunate state of so much of the higher density housing being built in the U.S. today. 3 to 4 story apartments are carpeting the areas of cities where they're allowed, at a density of about 100 units per acre. They are relatively inexpensive to build using wood frame construction, and they conform to typical height restrictions set by local governments. They have a modest amount of on-site open space, and parking is usually placed below the building. At the other extreme are the massive complex of high-rise housing being built in Hong Kong at densities of 400 units per acre or more. With better mass transit, fewer parking spaces are required, and these are housed in structures. The cruciform housing forms are the result of building regulations in Hong Kong that require each room to have windows. And the quest for efficiency, minimizing the amount of space devoted to hallways, common space, and elevators in the structure makes them lean and mean. They also minimize the cost of piling systems required to support the building. There are a few outdoor common spaces, and these are generally off limits to those who don't live there. One of the key decisions that needs to be made in dense housing is the scale of the building block. Should there be large superblocks with gates controlling access to outdoor space, as in this delightful project in Marbella, Spain? Or should there be more like urban forms with smaller blocks, streets, and open areas accessible from the street, as in Barcelona? Those of us who are urbanists prefer the latter, of course, but in many countries of the world, class distinctions and security concerns make gated communities the preferred alternative. The second issue is how to deal with parking. Planners and designers always prefer underground parking, and local regulations can mandate it or make it economically favorable by excluding it from FAR calculations. But it is by far the most costly solution. Cars, of course, can be left on surface parking lots, but that may destroy any sense of urbanity for an area. Or parking garages can be placed in the center of blocks, wrapping them with apartments. The downside is the loss of any meaningful outdoor space. An increasingly common solution is to devote the ground level to parking, raising the housing up one level, including open space above the garage. Of course, if the project's for very wealthy people, elevators can be installed to raise the vehicles up to the level of each apartment. But a more innovative solution is to provide car share spaces on the site, which can reduce parking needs by as much as 5 or 10 spaces per car share vehicle. In the Amsterdam Java Island development, a diversity of housing buildings has been built on lots that are 27 meters wide. A common underground parking area has been created that is shared among buildings. This allows building areas to be used efficiently, lowering their cost. The site planner needs to be cautious in incorporating shops and services in the center of urban blocks. Too often they fail because they are invisible to the outside world and there simply is not enough support from surrounding residents. Here at the Pujiang New Town in Shanghai, all the shops at the residential squares at the center of blocks are empty, while street-oriented shops and larger shopping centers are filled with life. Now let us look at 4 examples of well-planned, dense urban developments. Each is not without its failures, but each succeeds in advancing the state of the art. The first is a modest social housing development in Shanghai, the Longnan community. Built at a density of about 170 units an acre, or 420 per hectare, it consists of 8 buildings with a mix of apartments and dormitories, or what we would call studio apartments. The plan is organized around living streets that can be used for driving and are shared with bicycles and pedestrians. But each building has an open outdoor area that's devoted only to the residents, and there are common spaces for larger gatherings of the entire community. The housing structures that range from 4 to 12 stories are designed with skip floor corridors and 2-story apartments, efficiently using elevators while increasing the amount of social contact along the walkways. A network of second-level walkways also allows residents to visit their neighbors without having to move through the more public ground-level space. The second project, built by the Soho Development Group in Beijing, is the MoMA Linked Hybrid Project. It consists of 8 residential towers and a hotel, linked at their lower levels and connected by bridges on the 12th to the 18th level. On the ground level, there are open spaces, a pond, a cinema, Montessori school, kindergarten, and modest commercial spaces. With 644 apartments and over 2,000 residents, the density is hard to compute because large areas are given over to generally public parks. But for the residential area, it appears to be about 250 units an acre or 675 per hectare. Originally designed to allow public access to the open plaza space in the center, the area has recently been gated because of the residents' preferences, making operation of the cinema and other spaces on the ground level problematic. One of the most interesting features is the upper-level linked network of social and commercial spaces. Its intent is to move the community life up to this level, but the scale of support for restaurants, personal services, and performance spaces has not been sufficient to allow them to survive. This is a real cautionary note about being clear about what it will take to support shops and activities. Our third example is the Concord Pacific community, also known as the North Falls Creek community in Vancouver, British Columbia. It was developed on a site previously used as the location for Expo 86. The site plan sets aside generous areas for parks and a broad public esplanade. Locations have been provided for cultural facilities and schools. There is a large marina. Housing is organized in blocks, each with a combination of tower apartments and housing and lower structures stepping down to the water. The presence of parks and views to the water and mountains has commanded a substantial premium on house values. Overall, the density of this site is 150 units to the acre. Towers have been spaced to assure that all apartments have excellent views, and street-oriented housing with individual entrances line all the streets. Many of the commercial spaces serving residents are located on the ground levels of arterial streets a block back from the waterfront. The final examples are the 2 residential neighborhoods at Battery Park City, New York. Many of the other aspects of this community are presented in other modules, and here we are focusing simply on the strategy of providing common green space, light, and views to as many housing units as possible. By creating parks and an esplanade along the waterfront, many of the units on the water's edge are well served. In the south neighborhood shown here, the open space on the water's edge has been extended 2 blocks inland through a finger of open space that's represented by Rector Park, expanding the number of desirable frontages. We should note that these residential areas have a density that averages 350 units per acre, nearly as dense as the Hong Kong example we began with. In the north neighborhood, a broad boulevard and 2 inland parks assure that every residential building looks out onto a public open space. Rockefeller Park along the water is the gathering place for the entire Battery Park City community. The strategy for the residential areas in the community was to create small blocks and housing structures that look outward for their special identity. To conclude, high-density communities can be handled in many ways that don't overwhelm their surroundings. Creating a diverse set of units will ensure that an equally diverse population finds it an attractive place. The open space and block structure provides relief from density and needs to be carefully planned and managed. And finally, be cautious about the expectations for the survival of commercial activities serving just the residents of the community. It is better to locate them on the edges of the community where they can draw from a larger population. Thank you.